Hello and welcome to anyone and everyone who's decided to watch this video. Today we got something a little different. We got a Yu-Gi-Oh toy, something I haven't really talked about before. So why did I get this? Well, I was really into Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, specifically the show, not the game. I'm just not a card game guy. They're not really my thing. And recently I saw something that kind of got me feeling nostalgic for the franchise and caused it to be on my mind. And just out of nowhere, I was at a store and I happened to see that there's a new series of toys based off the original series. And they're made by a company I've never heard of before, Pat Mojo. I did look them up. And basically they make a lot of those like toys based off of like the kids horror games like Bendy. I think they do the Poppy stuff. I don't know what most of those games are, but I see those toys sitting around on shelves. So I mean, they do make stuff, and they've made like a couple other Yu-Gi-Oh things. Like they've made like tiny little chibi-esque blind bag toys. And I saw these pretty big regular figures, and I decided I had to get one of them. And I decided to go with Slifer because it's probably my favorite of the ones they made. And you'll notice they have this limited edition sticker on them. We don't know how important that is. I mean, it does have a number, meaning that there has to be some amount of them made, ranging between either 10,000 or 99,999, because I mean there's 5 digits up there. But I don't really care. It's got an exclusive trading card inside. I wonder who it is. I assume it's going to be Slifer, but it'd be hilarious if it's not Slifer, if it's like a Karibo or something. But yeah, the packaging is pretty simple. It's got a cool picture of Slifer on the back, and it's got the other figures here as well. They did, at the store I went to, have Obelisk, Ra, and Exodia. They did not have either of the Blue Eyes, though. I did not see them there. And who knows, maybe if I like the Slifer, I'll go back and get the other guys. But I have no clue how I'm going to feel about this Slifer. Also, in case you don't know what these are like I did, I'm going to give you a price range. This was $25. So basically like Legends pricing. You know, the basic collector price point. I'm a little iffy on that. I think that's mostly because of the card. I don't know if the limited has anything to do with this. Also, Series 1. So they might be making more of these. Hopefully. But let's just get this red boy out of here, because I've been talking about him in box for too long. He must be freed. I need to experience this. Oh, I think this might be... No, that's not the card. That's what I thought this was going to be. It's part of his tail. It's in bubble wrap. So let's get this out of here. So there is a piece of him, his rear end, very spiky, very painted on the bottom. At least it's nice to see it painted. I could probably see some way for this to just be 2 pieces molded together in 2 different colors, but no, they did paint that all up. So let's get the rest of him out of here. Where is this card? There it is. It's been so long since I've looked at Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I didn't realize they were shaped like that. Also, the back is different. Oh, maybe this isn't a proper Duel Monsters playing with card. And okay. Oh yeah, this isn't a card for playing the game with. I mean, I don't care. I never played the game to begin with. I do have a lot of cards, though. Because when I was getting really into it, my parents did buy me a couple of cards just so I could at least try them out. And a kid who used to live down the street from me gave me a bunch of his cards right before he moved away. But yeah, whatever, it's Slifer. And this is pointing out a problem with the figure that I knew I was going to have. In the art, he's got a big purple tongue right there. Toy got a black tongue. Like, they didn't bother to properly paint it. I figured that was wrong. It's been a long time since I watched the show, but I figured the black tongue was inaccurate. Let's get this packaging stuff out of the way. I was almost thinking of keeping the packaging to put him back in for storage when I don't want to mess around with him, which I might still do. Assuming it's easy to take this guy apart, since I'm obviously going to have to pop on his tail and his wings. Let's just, come on. Get these out of here. I do like the molding for the wings, though. No real paint on them, but again, if we look at the artwork here, it's not that different on the inside of the wings in the show, so I guess it's okay. They're basically all red to begin with, so this is fine. Whoops. I'm still kind of shocked this isn't some kind of version of the card for playing the game, though. Like, this is... I'm sorry, I'm just really thinking about this. I legit thought this was going to be, like, for promoting the game. Which, I mean, technically this whole piece is, but I thought this was going to be, like, some kind of weaker version of the card for novelty play. That probably wouldn't work in, like, your tournaments or whatever. Is there a good way to cut around his head? That's the last piece we gotta get into. Come on. Come on, Slifer. Oh, hang on. I got it. There we go. Put that on the floor. And there he is. He's very coiled up. And yeah, you're not really going to be able to do anything about this. He's basically always going to be in this pose. Got all these plastic tie cuttings on the desk. So there he is. He's clearly very simple. Let's get his tail in there. Oh. Okay. This might be too tight of a fit. Yeah, I guess he's not really going in the box after all. Because this is really tight. Come on. Ah, jeez. Oh. Pushing down on it with the spikes getting into the hand. Yeah, this is... Ugh. Come on, Slifer. Come on. Oh. I'm gonna just quickly take this guy off camera to do this. Okay. That is in there, and that's probably never coming back off. So him going back in the box, yeah, that's probably never happening. But yeah, it's on. It's on. And he's looking alright in this coiled up form, and it can still rotate there if you need it to, if you want it to. So he's also got the wings. Let's hope these are easier. And I think... I don't know if it matters which wing goes on where. I think this one goes here, though. How? Actually, no. I think it... Let's get the tail out of the way. Actually, no. I'm think I'm completely wrong, because look at this. There's like two little notches in this hole, and there's like a little stem here. So we'll try to get this on, and great. This feels pretty tight too. It's not on all the way, but it's on, which is what we need for the video. And yeah, with this one, there's a notch here on the top side, and the hole in the back seems to line up right. So we'll shove that one in there. Neither of those are in all the way. They might be on the wrong sides. We will see after this. And if I'm wrong with which side I just put the wings on, I'll make a little addendum at the end of the video to show it. But yeah, there he is, basically fully built. And you can't really move the wings, which is unfortunate. I didn't expect this guy to have that much movement, just because of Slifer's design. But I would have liked to have been able to move the wings. And that said, even though I didn't expect so much movement, I should expect that much movement, because Playmates can do it on those Godzilla Kong figures of those serpent monsters from that movie. Gonna put their pictures in right here, probably are up there already, because those are fully articulated and can do a bunch of things. What can this guy do? He can move his arms, he can move his head, he can only move his arms at the shoulders. It looked like he could move his feet in the box, but I don't think he can move his feet. And he can move his tail, which ruins his balance. So this is basically a statue. And this is basically how most toy companies would have handled a design like Slifer anyway. But it's still a little upsetting, mostly for the $25 price point. Especially because, like, the sculpt's not bad. It looks pretty good. It does do the job of giving me the thrills at seeing a fully realized 3D version of Slifer the Sky Dragon with his creepy double mouths and his big serpent look. Definitely my favorite of the Egyptian god designs. I'm glad he is the one the main character of the series got to use. But yeah, this is not the most impressive toy. It's visually nice, but it's not the best thing ever. And even though I am complaining about the price point of the $25, which I think I have a right to complain about, every other Yu-Gi-Oh figure that has any smidgen of movement, or is a statue that has even less movement than this thing, is like $70, $80 at most, usually like $120 to like $300. It's ridiculous. For such a big IP as Yu-Gi-Oh is, you'd think there'd be some cheaper, more fun, meant to be played with options for merch based off these crazy monsters and stuff. So, you know, I'm not too upset with it, but I definitely would have wanted more from something like this. Now, size-wise, it feels pretty big in the box, and it does have a lot of plastic going for it. Plastic going for it in terms of width. It's not that much bigger than a Marvel Legend, as you can see here with Power Princess stand. And just for something else, I'll bring in a Super Shadow from Sonic Free, just to have another comparison here. We will actually put Slifer in the middle. So not that much bigger than anything that is on the shelves right now, so it's not going to scale with them, but like it was never going to. Like maybe you can get like little tiny 1-inch figures. Those are a thing now that will look good next to him in terms of scale wise, or maybe some of those tiny toys of the Yu-Gi-Oh characters that they have, but of course those will be chibi and he won't be, so that won't work perfectly. But yeah. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, because this isn't that amazing. But it's not bad. Like, it's very basic sick. So I wish it was cheaper, but I wish everything was cheaper, toy-wise. Even the stuff that, kind of feels like its price is justified, I wish was cheaper. Because I think every toy nowadays is overpriced, but I don't hate him. Trying to see if I did the... No, I think I did do the wings right, because I'm starting to see the groove in there that this wing goes around. I just have to push them in really tight like I did the tail. So, yeah, I'm not gonna do that on camera. Yeah, he's okay, but I'm definitely feeling a little buyer's remorse here. I don't know if I'll go back and get, like, the other gods or the Exodia I saw. Probably wouldn't bother with the blue eyes at all if I found them at another store. That said, if they do a series 2 and they do like some of the monsters I liked seeing the most, like the Dark Magicians, both Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, I was a pretty big fan of those characters, monsters, whenever they showed up in a duel, or like not any, but some of the elemental heroes from GX. I wouldn't want every single one, but I would like a couple. And I wouldn't mind maybe one of Osiris's, that was his name, right? The green-haired kid from GX, one of his cartoony anthropomorphic vehicle monsters. I always liked his weird deck of vehicle men. I would love to see one of those. So, there are some directions this line could go to make me want to spend more money. I just don't know if I'm going to get any more of this first wave, but, I'm happy. Nah, I'm okay with this Slifer. Like, it's not garbage, but I'm not in love with it. Like, if I weren't in this weird Yu-Gi-Oh! Nostalgia kick I've suddenly fallen into, I probably wouldn't have even bought this. But I have it. Yeah. Not really a good way to end this. So, that said, it seems I have rambled on enough. So thank you all for watching, and see you guys around. Yeah, there's no fun cartoon here at the end of this video to tell you to subscribe or anything. I don't even know if I'm ever going to make another Yu-Gi-Oh video. There's no reason to make one if I don't know I'm going to need one. Sorry.